So this is another interesting question that we have falling under concentration. This is chemistry all levels. I want to make it simple so that if you are to encounter a question like this in an exam, you are going to be able to answer it based on the information that I'm going to share in this particular video. The first question, define concentration. So that is the simplest of all. When you are told to define what concentration is, you just need to understand that concentration is the what. So you are going to start that concentration is the amount. You just say that concentration is the amount of a what? The amount of a substance. So the amount of a substance in a mixture, we get to say that in a what? In a mixture or a solution. In a mixture or solution. This is a simple definition for concentration. So if you are told to define concentration, you just tell them to say that is the amount of a substance in a mixture or a solution. We will know and understand that chemistry don't have one definition like, okay, this is the only definition that you need to give in an exam. No. Some people get to define concentration as the ratio of the solute in a solution or either solvent or total solution. So you discover that concentration can also be defined as the ratio of solute in a what? In a solution, or we get to say solvent or total what? Solution. So you can define it in so many ways. Let us not think like we only have one definition. So if I don't put this definition that Tutor Harrison is giving, then I won't answer it right. No, let us not think that particular way. Let us now proceed and look at this next question that is here. I guess you are enjoying. I guess you are going to improve even in your understanding. This is the good part. Calculate the concentration of a solution made by dissolving 60 grams of sodium hydroxide. So how do we write sodium hydroxide? Sodium hydroxide is written like this. This is sodium what? Hydroxide. So this is how it is. This is sodium hydroxide. Appears in 300 centimeters cubed or cubed centimeters of water. So when the moment you just see a question of this kind, you know and understand that we've got different ways in which we get to answer. Those of you that have sticked around with me for some time now, you discover that each question gets to be answered in a specific kind. So make sure you subscribe, like, and follow so that you get to have more videos that will come. And by so doing, you discover that you get to enhance your level of understanding. The question is telling us to say, calculate the concentration. You understand that concentration is given by the formula. Concentration is equal to number of moles over volume. This is a particular formula. So we need to calculate the what? We need to calculate, first of all, the number of moles. The number of moles in what? In this particular solution of sodium hydroxide. The question is saying, calculate the concentration of a solution made by dissolving this, have you seen this, in water. So the solution that they are talking about is sodium hydroxide. How then do we calculate the number of moles? So we go back to this particular topic now, more concept, I guess you know it, where we say number of moles is given by the formula mass, I'm going to say mass over molar mass. So the concept of molar mass has come in. So how do we find the molar mass? We know and understand what is the mass. We are told that it is 60 grams over. Then what is the molar mass? We now find the molar mass. How then do we calculate the molar mass? We've got sodium hydroxide. It is like this. There is what we get to call the relative molecular mass or relative molecular formula. I guess you know how we get to solve it. Since we say the Mr. to make it short, Mr. So the relative molecular mass don't contain units. But when we talk about this one, the molar mass, we need to include the what? The units. Molar mass defined as the number of the mass of one mole in a substance. So what we need to do here, we need to do something like this. So what we are going to do, this, so we say 1, how many hydrogens are there? 1 times what is the mass number for hydrogen? That is 1. So the answer there, we get 1. We go to this one. This is oxygen. How many atoms? There is only 1 oxygen. Times what is the mass number for oxygen? 16. We get a 16 there. So we go to this one. How many are they? Only 1. So what we are going to do, we say 1 times mass number 23. When we multiply, we get 23. So when we add everything here, so when you add, what are you getting? You are out to use a calculator. You say 1 plus 16 plus 23. The answer you are getting is 40. So this is 40 what we get to say as this is 40 grams per mole, because it is the molar mass. So 30 grams per mole. This is the one we are going to put here, 40 what grams per mole. You discover that the gram will cancel out. When you divide there, what is 60 divide 40? What answer are you going to get there? You are going to get 1.5. So the number of moles there, we've got 1.5 moles. 1.5 moles. I guess you've seen how I've calculated this one. You now proceed and say, okay, this is 1.5. We know 1.5, so we say concentration is now equal to number of moles, 1.5 moles, like this, or over volume. Volume should be in cubed dense meters. This is to tell you that we need to convert this 300 to cubed dense meters. How do we do that? You just need to divide. So you just say 300 divide 1000. What answer are you getting? 0.3. So you put your 0.3 here, 0.3. When you divide there, what answer are you going to get? What answer? This is what? Cubed dense meters. That is the volume. What answer are you going to get there? What is the answer? So when we divide 1.5 divide 0.3, what is the answer? The answer is 5. So I just say 5 what? 5 more per what? Cubed dense meters. So meaning this is my answer. Is this how you need to answer it? I guess you've seen how I've answered this particular question. So simple. We now go to part C, this one that is here. The question is saying, what is the effect? What is the effect of increasing the concentration of the reactants in the rate of chemical reaction? You need to understand that once you increase the concentration of the reactants, you discover that you also increase the rate of the reaction. So increasing concentration will increase the rate of what? Reaction. That is how you need to understand. I guess I've answered that part. So don't forget, this is your brother and friend Harrison J. Zulu Tutor. We are on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You can follow us on these platforms. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us wherever you are watching this from. And for those of you that are interested in starting up your tuitions with me, you can contact me on this particular number. This is my WhatsApp number. We get to offer tuitions at an affordable fee. This is my WhatsApp number. You can get this particular number, then you drop a text on WhatsApp if you are looking for tuitions. So this is the particular number. We get to offer tuitions at an affordable fee, a fee that is flexible. We don't overcharge because we are here to help you people get that particular distinction that you want. So this is the number that you need to get if you need any information on how we get to conduct them, or maybe someone just wants to brace us with something. This is the same number that you need to reach me on for any support that you want to bring to this academy. So this is your online tutor, Harrison J. Zuru Tutor. I'm a full-time online tutor, only specialized in online tutoring. So this is where we get to end from. I guess you've gotten one or two things, you've gotten some sense out of here. So let us make sure that we keep studying, advancing, and getting that particular distinction that we want to get. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I believe you followed us on this. You've liked, commented, and shared with a friend. Thank you so much.